Like if I had to die right now, Lebo has no idea what the first step to do is.
I'd probably call Kaiser Chiefs funeral plan, assuming you'd have one.
Family dynamic is so weird. I haven't mentioned my parents at all during the teen phase into the university phase. But now, in the I'm working phase, I'm successful phase, it's so weird because my parents literally want a relationship with me so badly. And it's like, I get you guys want a relationship with me, but it's like, guys, I've never had a relationship with you. So I don't even know how to navigate it.
A lot of people won't have the privilege of it, but being friends with your family members is a different type of relationship, you know? I'm not friends with my mom. I'm not friends with my dad, you know?
And they made it clear when we were growing up. They kept saying, I'm not your friend.
I'm not your friend. I'm not friends. My sister and I are barely friends nowadays. We used to be very close, but we're like barely friends, but we are friends.
It's another thing with my parents, bro. Like, I hate it so much, dude. Like, I don't know if it's a power dynamic, but like, my parents will never truly make me feel like my opinion is like worth listening to or hearing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, though, like we'll be at a dinner table, we're having conversations. I'll speak and then they'll look at each other and just be there. Like, I can basically hear them say to each other, "Hey, he's still young."
Yo, what's up, guys? It is your favorite podcast, Seated with Lebo and
Thato, Rampedi, on YouTube, baby.
Oh yes. It is another week with us. And of course, guys, if you guys are new, Seated is a platform where we uplift well-being, have a bit of laugh, have a bit of insights from an older brother and a younger brother, and just genuine banter and chat.
So we really enjoy having uncomfortable conversations that people are scared to have every single day. We believe that when we were younger, we wish that we could speak about certain things. And this podcast started off just being like for vibes. Like we used to read funny tweets, but we kept breaking into conversation. Like, yo, we'd be like, oh, dude, okay, cool. We're talking about funny things moms do, but like, my mom made me feel like this when I was younger, you know? So we love having uncomfortable conversations in a light-hearted manner. Yeah, and that's Seated, baby.
Yeah, so grab your favorite seat, guys, and let's get started. But of course, Thato will tell you guys the theme. So Tato's actually planned out this podcast today. We take turns-ish. I took the last two.
Guys, I won't lie to you guys. It's getting very, very difficult coming up with these episodes. I am requesting the audience's help. Like, I need everybody to put in topics, conversations,
that
themes,
you want us
moods.
to touch on.
Yeah, because I personally, I'm like, okay, I've spoken about this, I've spoken about that. So I really appreciate your guys' help. But today, I want to speak about family in our teens, family in our 20s, family when we are students versus family when we're working. I want to speak about how do we tell our parents like no to family holidays, how do we integrate our parents and cousins to family holidays. As a man, like how do you become a leader within your family? Because, you know, as young boys, we see our fathers and our uncles leading the family, but now I'm 27, he's 25. Like, what are our roles and responsibilities in our late 20s? What happens to us in our 30s? Like, I just want to touch on like African customs. I feel like there's so many customs in our African culture that we don't know. Like, if I had to die right now, Lebo has no idea what the first step to do is.
I'd probably call Kaiser Chiefs funeral plan, assuming you'd have one.
I'm so dead. And on top of that, guys, we want to speak about some roles of the firstborn, the middle child, the lastborn. And it's going to be a really, really cool conversation. But before we get into the how I use, I want to tell you guys something. You guys can now watch our Spotify videos on Spotify. I know what you're saying is like, what? Our Spotify videos
on Spotify.
Spotify now has video, baby. So you can watch the videos that we're posting right here on YouTube on Spotify too. It's not just for audio. And on top of that, if you are a young content creator, even an old content creator, someone who thinks about creating a podcast, Spotify for Podcasters is the app that you should download today, guys. It can help you literally start from the beginning all the way to the end and help you distribute your podcast. So definitely check that out. And our past 12 episodes now are on video on Spotify.
12, we're moving.
We're moving. So I appreciate you guys watching the video on Spotify too. And of course, guys, if you guys have never given us a review, please give us 5 stars. If you're going to give us 3 stars, give us 5 stars, but tell us why you were going to give us 3 stars. Southern Comfort, some of us know it as Soko, has partnered up with DJ Chaotic.
One original spirit with another.
If you know Southern Comfort, the smooth whiskey base with stone fruits and spices, you know that you can mix it with just about anything.
Lemonade, cola, or even just orange juice.
Yes, you can mix it. Now stand the chance to mix it up with you and your mates. Because
Southern Comfort is giving away a house party.
Valued at 100,000 Rand with DJ Chaotic on the decks, baby. And if that's talking to your original spirit, buy a bottle of Southern Comfort to enter.
Details in store.
Southern Comfort. So tasteful, so original.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale for persons under the age of 18. How are you? Sorry, Thato and I were literally singing the theme song, and they'll be like, "Give me the light, give me the light. How are you?" Nah,
Guys, we've been seeing the kids come up with the new lingo. Ugly young boy.
yeah.
What are we? How are you?
Whomsta we?
Whomsta we?
When are you?
When are you going?
Yeah, like
What's the
I love how English is just like it's one of the few, or all languages actually just are constantly just developing.
evolving, bro.
Yeah, but like we're always getting a new language, new lingo, like per year,
Yeah,
per month
per
actually.
month. Even us, like what we do now with our friends is like, yes, Papa, how are you, Papa?
Yes, Papa. Yes, Deji.
How's it? What's
Yes,
going on?
Deji.
Let's go, let's move.
Let's move. Let's go. What's the plan?
Yeah, so
fully
basically-
booked. Fully booked.
So basically speak in short sentences, like very short sentences, and they all are like based on motivating us to do something. Like, yes,
Yeah.
Papa, let's go. What's happening?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't be slow. Talk fast. movements.
Yeah.
But yeah, brother, how are you?
How am I?
What are we?
I'll go first today. I'm okay. Today I'm okay. I think my mindset is just like, yo, let's just do anything but sit down and lay in bed. Like, I don't want to lay in bed. I'm exhausted, by the way, but I just don't want to lay in bed today. I just want to go chill, like super chill, super low key vibes. Like, talking about very intimate vibes. But overall, I'm okay. Me and my boys went to Spur.
Yeah, it still was amazing.
Went
So
to Spur. That was fine.
That was
You can tell
fire.
the story.
yeah, no, you go for it. You go for it.
Okay, so we were just chilling. I know, a very random thing of us. You guys are gonna be like, what? But me and my boys were just chilling, we were working, and we just said, you know what, guys? Let's just tell everyone on the group chat, let's just meet at Spur tonight. Let's just have dinner together.
Mind you, so I love Spur. Lebo
I
loves
love Spur.
Percy loves Spur.
I love Spur.
Khonse doesn't like Spur.
Sia loves Spur.
Sia
also.
doesn't like Spur.
Sia doesn't like Spur?
Yeah.
What?
So basically, we're a big friendship group, like we mentioned in the previous podcast
Yeah.
with Percy. And the guys are like, dude, where are we going?
Why are we going to Spur?
Yeah.
Like, really love Spur.
But
And
it shows you how beautiful the brotherhood is because they're like, yo, bro, I want to see you guys. So
Let
I'll
me
come
just
to
go.
Spur. I'll just get some wings. But yeah, we went to Spur. It was a lot of fun.
So that was a lot of fun. Seeing my boys was a lot of fun. I laughed a lot. I mean,
so serious 2x2.
yeah, hi bro. For some.
What's up? What's up?
But yeah, just a great time. Just had a great time.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. I also enjoyed yesterday. Like, we literally shot a podcast first.
Yeah.
And then after shooting the podcast with Percy, we invited some friends, went to Spur, and then after that we came back to my place and
play Crazy 8.
I've been really tired, so I was like, I tried something new last night, and it was such a funny experience.
Yeah.
Like we really had a good time, and it was just really like cool being around friends and family. So even me, like, I'm good, bro. I'm happy. I'm very grateful. I'm learning a lot about myself too. Like, my eyes go red all the time, and I hate it because it seems like I'm crying. But like, I'll let them just do this red thing and then stop. But I've realized that, like, bro, I'm actually,
You always do look like you're crying on this podcast.
I hate it so much because during the cutouts, it's like, yo, Tato's going through so much.
Doesn't know what is going on in his life. But yeah.
Dude, and what I'm saying is also deep. So it's worse.
Go ahead.
Like, I've been seeing that I'm tired, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, I keep telling myself that I'm okay and fine, but there's actually like a bunch of shit that's not grand.
Yeah.
So our experience last night helped me realize that I need to spend more time by myself and stop chasing like experiences with friends or girls and stuff like that. So this day for me was such an amazing experience because like, okay, cool, wait. Like, okay, I'm seeing like these things that like I'm seeing like a lot of people are being pulled away from me and it's low-key God assisting, or it's just the course of life happening.
Yeah.
It's showing me that like I've had so many people around me that I don't need.
Yeah.
You
It's
get what I'm
just, it's just, everyone has access to you.
Everyone
Like,
had access to me, and these people
Yeah.
aren't bringing anything to the table. So being alone yesterday when it was a serious 2x2, it was like, oh, okay, cool, damn. Like,
yeah, I can be alone.
that's
and
what,
have fun.
that's what I need to start practicing. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, it's just difficult because you're seeing 2x2. Because now you feel like you're disrupting people when they speak.
No, man.
But like, it was really, really good. I had a really good time. And I think it's so important for us to have moments where we realize the importance of us being alone.
Yeah.
And like, you can be with friends, but then you've got a partner with you. But it's like you're with friends and there's no partner. So that was really nice, bro.
I think, sorry, I also have something like a really important lesson that I've learned yesterday. Sorry. Okay, cool, sorry.
okay.
So, an important lesson I learned yesterday was, which is very crazy because I feel like whenever I'm with the guys, because I get so happy, I realize, oh no, life can actually be,
Life is good.
life can be really great, you know? And yesterday told me, because I've been having like the worst week ever, but yesterday told me that like, dude, life is about day by day.
Yeah.
I think I've been trying to live my life in like week by week, saying, okay, cool, when I get to Friday, when I get to Friday, when I get to Friday, when I get to Friday. But I'm realizing that wastes so much energy. It wastes so much like presence. Like I'm never present in anything.
Yeah.
If I just say to myself, yo, day by day, let me just try to have a good day today. If it doesn't work out, sharp. There's still tomorrow. Tomorrow I can still, tomorrow I might be able to have that day. You get what I'm saying?
You know
so very, very, very nice lesson.
That's a good mindset, bro. Yeah. You know what I do, nah?
Yeah.
I always think back to high school when like I'd ask my parents to go out and they'd say no. And I get so mad at missing out that experience. Like that experience was like how many years ago? 9 years ago, 10 years ago. And I wanted this so badly. And now I've gone through 10 years of experiences and how can like and they've been amazing.
Yeah.
How can I be stressed about today being a bad day?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like what Khonse said also. Is like, yo, but tomorrow could always be better though.
Yeah.
I love that saying. Like tomorrow could always be better.
Yeah.
But yo, guys, with a lot of our mindsets, I think it all derives obviously from the theme of today's podcast, which is family.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. So educate others, guys. My eyes go red and you guys keep making it seem like I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I'm really sensitive eyes. But like they're better now. Also, we've been burning like a lot of mpepu and candles in the apartment.
Yeah.
So I think the smell's also just getting to me. But yeah.
Must be that.
100%. Because even these windows are closed, bro.
The smoke was literally coming into the room.
To the eyes, yeah. So what's happening is that we want to speak about family in our teens. We want to speak about family when we are like, you know, in university and family now. Because I feel like it's such different experiences, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know when I was a teenager, like family for me, I was never really explained to like what family is. It's I've got a mom, I've got a dad, I've got a brother, I've got a sister, but I never really was told my roles as a firstborn until I was like 13.
Until you just started working as a child worker.
Yeah, I became a child laborer, child worker.
At age 11.
I was an au pair.
I was a
babysitter.
A chef. Vienna specialist.
Security guard.
French polonist.
Bro, I had to learn how to make eggs. I had to teach. Yeah, anyways. So for me, the experience is different. But let's speak about how was it like for you being like a middle child?
I like when we have these conversations because we can see how our parents' techniques grow over time via what Thato will say versus what I will say.
Yeah.
My life in my teens was very strict. My father was very hard on me. I like to think that he was actually the hardest on his sons, very, very hard on his sons, because he saw a little bit of us in each of us. So he sees a little bit of himself in each of us. And, my mom was also just very much like, she was a very loving woman, very present woman. But again, she was also a working woman, We as black kids, we don't have the privilege of having our parents come see us at 2 p.m. when we come back from school. We see them couple 6, 7, then they cook dinner. We help them cook dinner.
They're fighting
they're fighting capitalism every single day.
Capitalism and the post effects of apartheid.
Yeah, day after day.
Day after day.
Yeah, so we don't have the privilege of spending as much time with our parents. So for me, my siblings were, because I was a middle child, my siblings were a huge part of what my family is. Yeah. So I'm not saying my parents were not excluded from this, but I didn't see them a lot. My siblings were my real, like, everything, my family, right? And
our mother was more like a caretaker.
Yeah, my mom was like more of a caretaker. I see her once in a while, like I see her every day, obviously.
Yeah, she'd cook for you.
She'd cook, whatever, but we never have conversations. If we do have a conversation, it's like less than 30 minutes, less than an hour, So it's not a thing of like me and my mom are sitting down and we speak and we're chilling on the couch. She'd be maybe watching a show. My dad comes home. I go to my room. Boom, done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my siblings were a big part of what family is to me. You know? I don't know for you how that was. Yeah.
Dude, I felt like I was alone in my teens because same experience, but then had a younger brother, had a younger sister. They were best friends. I was the older brother. So for me, it's like a thing of like, okay, I've got these 2 people under me. I have to take care of them, make sure that they're fine, because those other 2 are trying to
make the other 3 to make us all suffer,
to poison the other ones at the bottom.
I saw this TikTok with this guy. He's like the eldest child, and he's talking to like his younger siblings, and they're like, "Why are you being so mad? Why are you being so dramatic?" And he's like, "I went to war for you. I went to war. I suffered for you to be able to have mental health clear, for you to have popping skin, for you to say your parents love you out loud. I went to war for you." I think it's very hard when you're growing up and you're seeing your younger siblings get the best part.
Yeah.
Of I'm a middle child, so I also have a younger sibling. Thato has 2.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So what I was saying is that like I was not close to Lebo or Shiva growing up.
Yeah.
And on top of that, my parents are very strict, and they obviously are struggling to balance like working and like being motherly and like conversations and stuff. But they're still doing a very good job.
Yeah.
So I have to now be that protection of, okay, cool. If my mom is doing something toxic, or my dad's doing something toxic,
someone must absorb.
Someone must absorb it and try and block out Lebo Shiva from being hurt. You know,
man, we're still getting dripped on, even if after the absorbed. Even after
come here, I can only fight so much.
You can only take so much damage.
Like I'm the person who even reasons with my parents. I'll be like, yo, I understand that you're upset with Lebo, but maybe you should consider this, and like think about ABC. Or like, I get that you're upset with Shiva, but maybe you should consider this.
Yeah.
So that was my role throughout my teens. It's still my role to this day.
Yeah.
So cool. They basically have like
they
have like an inside man to speak to.
Nah, for me, like
directly. Like for example, like if Reb wants to tell my mom something or my dad something that he can't say, like if he wants him to relax a bit, he can kind of send me, and I can be like, yo, dude, chill, and then they will chill. You get what I'm saying? You guys have an inside man.
So I wouldn't call it an inside man. So Thato was like for a long period of time. Before I started working all those things, Thato was basically my parents. Like, so what do I mean by my parents would be, he was like the emotional, supportive, that role. The roles that my parents didn't really provide. My parents were huge on like providing needs and necessities, best schools and etc. So on the finance backing, they were like impeccable, but obviously emotional, there was always a disconnect. We've always spoken about it. We all have acknowledged it. We all are aware of it. I don't think it's anything that's a secret.
It's not a secret, yeah.
So Thato for me was like my, like, not only my older brother, but also like a parental figure in my life. Because, keep in mind, like everything that I was going to go through, I'm seeing my brother go through it. So it was very, very nice to have an older sibling. I think it's actually quite a huge blessing for me. I speak to my friends who are like only child, and they have such a different level of experience because their parents become their siblings,
That's cool though.
It's amazing. It's literally amazing. You get all the love that you're supposed to get from your parents. I told her like, what would you prefer? Would you prefer, because she knows my relationship with my siblings, etc. She's like, would you prefer having my siblings or having your parents as close to you? She's like, yeah, I really wish I had some people my age. Oh, okay. Which goes to show we'll never be 100% happy with family.
And I've seen that change a lot as time goes, right? Yeah. So obviously like primary, high school, I wasn't close to you guys. Yeah. University comes, my sister's very young. She's no longer my responsibility anymore because, like I'm not there anymore. I'm in university, so I can't protect and lead her. I can't protect and lead you. So now I go to this phase where I basically don't have that day-to-day interaction with my siblings anymore. I'm starting to form the relationships that I had with you guys, with the outside world, with friends and people. Then I go through life basically without you guys and we grow apart. And now it's like you go home every 6 months and you see, oh, I got a batola. It's like, oh, my sister just grew boobs. It's like, that's crazy. It's like, oh, my sister likes boys now. That's weird. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So then family becomes like, oh, damn. And then your parents now also start drilling the idea and the concept that you're the firstborn and you have to lead by example. So whatever your marks are now, whatever your experiences now, whatever you do now, it's going to make Lebo and Shibu follow suit. So you can't afford to mess up.
Which, by the way, is not true at all.
Yeah.
I don't think, guys, parents like to have this idea that...
Well, it is true.
I don't think so.
I think it's true. Okay, tell me why you think it's not true.
So I'm my sister's older sibling, and my marks were probably divided by 2 of her marks. And she was like the smartest. And Tato's marks were not as great. Tato would be a liar.
My high school marks. Any of my marks.
Yeah, he was not that great compared to my sister. And she was the youngest. And she was the one actually sensing the waves. My dad would actually say to us, why can't you be like your sister? You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, true.
So it's not always the firstborn child. Sometimes I like to call it the golden child.
I think it was a reverse psychology thing, right?
Yeah.
So we did badly guys, badly for our parents is like 60s and 70s, by the way. So we did badly in high school, university. My sister saw how much trouble we got into. She was like,
she was like, no.
That can't be my life.
She said, no. The guy hasn't slept in 4 days. The guy hasn't slept in 4 days.
This guy's he's being washed and told to study.
Yeah.
So my sister was literally like, she hyper focused on.
So she could enjoy. She was rather like a work now.
Enjoy my June holidays.
Which explains why when now she's older, she's more of a play now, work later type girl. Because of the pressure of of your family actually determines your behavior sometimes. You know?
Because Lebo, for example, in high school was a horrible student.
I was a horrible.
50s
and now I'm the
60s.
hardest worker.
And then now,
I think
when he did his undergrad, he literally flew at UP. He never supped. He never failed.
Yeah,
he passed everything.
Now when
my dad was there like, what the is going on? My dad is so confused.
So that's also another thing about being a middle child too. But we'll get into that.
Yeah. So obviously my experience changed now when I was like, in university. And then now it's the weirdest thing. Now I feel like, family dynamic is so weird. I haven't mentioned my parents at all during the, the teen phase into the university phase. But now in the I'm working phase, I'm successful phase, it's so weird because my parents literally want a relationship with me so badly. And it's like, I get you guys want a relationship with me, but it's like, guys, I've never had a relationship with you. So I don't even know how to navigate it. Like, I know my mom would love for me to visit frequently. My dad would love for me to constantly come to him for advice on like what I'm doing. And I am currently struggling to do that because it's like, do I initiate it? Do they initiate it? Do I want to do it? This feeling feels so weird. And I'm really struggling with that. And the cool thing about also like this time now is that now I'm close with Lebo because I'm 27, he's 25, so we're
obviously
close in
age. Now he like relatively like brains developed.
Yeah, his brain fully developed in April this year because the brain only fully develops when you're 25. You know that?
Yeah.
So his brain is fully. So now I can, and he can relate. We can talk now. Yeah. And it's weird for me, bro, because even with Lebo now, because he's very sensitive compared to me, right? I'm also sensitive, but like, I'm like my dad. I'm like, dude, come on, let's get things done. And he's just there like, my brother's so strict on me. Then it's like, it shouldn't be like that because we're basically the same age now. So like, why is it that my brother's strict on me? And for me, it's weird because like I'll see him like vent to our friends, then I'm like, is this guy actually like being serious? Maybe he is sad. I'm like, oh shit, I need to be softer. Then I'm like, how do I be soft with this guy?
I think it's such a. I think a lot of people won't have the privilege of it, but being friends with your family members is a different type of relationship. I'm not friends with my mom. I'm not friends with my dad. And
they made it clear when we were growing up. Yeah, they kept saying, "I'm not your friend.
I'm not your friend. I'm not friends." My sister and I are barely friends nowadays. We used to be very close, but we're like barely friends, but we are friends. And I think that obviously that balance between friendship and familiness is so weird for me and Thato. Because sometimes we're chilling, I'm like, oh, that's my guy, like that's my boy.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, also my brother.
Yeah.
It's also my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, sorry, I want to go back to what you said about how, now your parents obviously now wanting this relationship with you and etc. Yeah. I want to say for the viewers back at home who have maybe this relationship with their family members, you guys are talking every day and etc. And maybe you feel the opposite of Thato. You don't want to be closer. You want to actually be further apart. These are the type of things that we need to start discussing as the youth. How do we manage our families? Our parents are getting older.
Yeah.
We're going to become, as Thato said, the new leaders of our families, etc. And we're going to need to know how to manage multiple personalities. I think our parents have done that for a long time.
Yeah.
They're probably tired. You know? So I think it's very important to now start showing that you have opinions and views when it comes to family conversations. I don't agree with A. And if they tell you, hey, you're not allowed to agree with A, you're still young to be speaking at the table, by the way. Yeah. No, am I wrong?
No, you're right, bro. And it's like, that's another thing with my parents, bro. Like, I hate it so much, dude. Like, I don't know if it's a power dynamic, but like, my parents will never truly make me feel like my opinion is like worth listening to or hearing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we'll be at the dinner table, we're having conversations, I'll speak and then they'll look at each other and just be there like, I can basically hear them say to each other, hey, he's still young.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's difficult because like, bro, I'm 27, like I've built a life for myself. I need you guys to have conversations with me.
They're looking at a 27-year-old and saying, he doesn't know the next 30 years goes crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So when parents speak, they fail to express, by the way, I've been there, I've said that line to my parents as well. And I was young as well, but you'll see. Yeah. But they don't want to tell you what specifically you'll see because they want you to go through life yourself and become your own person. Yeah. I think we're very hard on our parents because we perceive them. I told someone this. We perceive them we put them on this pedestal of perfectionism and like people are supposed to be perfect, but they're also human beings.
No, but they're very close to perfect. And let me tell you why they're close to perfect.
How?
With certain things.
How?
They're close to perfect. Please pass my sauce there. They're close to perfect because they have more life experiences. So like, for example, when you're younger and your mom could say, oh no, this friend is not going to last.
Yeah.
It's because she had a friend like that.
Yeah.
So they're not speaking based off of just being perfect. They're speaking from a point of they've gone through their stuff. Which is why I respect their opinions so much when it comes to friends, finances and stuff like that. But yeah, bro, it's very difficult to navigate. I know like for us, for example, my father and mother saw this gap in connection and then they started like, saying we should do monthly lunches. So now we sit every month and we go out for lunch or dinner, we have a conversation. And that's nice. But I know friends that see they like, I was talking to this girl, Sunday. Bro, she goes to a family house every 3 days and she'll be like, I missed my mom so much. I miss my nephews and nieces. And she like basically has to go there because she feels like, I haven't seen them in so long. Yeah. But I feel like for us, like, it's easier because we have each other. That's why I always say like my parents' best gift to me outside of education was my siblings. Because it's like, okay, cool. I might not have a close relationship with my father and my mother, but then at least I've got my brother. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And we've been able to...
So you still feel a sense of family.
I feel a sense of family. Yeah. Which is why like I deep like my male friendship so much because it's like I've been able to cultivate this relationship with my brother. When Percy comes, like I basically see a brother and I know what it can be like. You get what I'm saying?
You know how good it can get.
And how good it can get. Yeah. And it's like, that's also another reason why I was so anti like having a family, having kids, having a wife, is because I never really got to experience like a westernized version of what family looks like, where you can speak to your father about something, or you go fishing, or you
wake up on Christmas in like pajamas and stuff.
Yeah, and this gift. So I was like, yo, Papa, dude, my penis just enlarged. What does that mean? I like this girl. Like, we never had that, right? Yeah. Or like even jokes, or like,
But I think I love that you bring this up, and I think a lot of viewers will really deeply understand when I say that we punish our future selves with the hurt and pain caused by others of our past. So we will go through these families where we're not seen, we lack identity, someone is pushing narratives on us, we don't have a voice in our own homes. And picture that for someone in our homes and say, I would hate to give that feeling, because that's what we identify family as now. So now we say, when I have a family, it's going to be very similar. That's all you know. Yeah. It is very sad to punish your future self and not give yourself the opportunity to say to yourself, I might have the family that I actually want. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Not real. Yeah. I was chilling with a friend the other day and we were like watching, mind you, I never watch YouTube alone, right? Yeah. I always watch YouTube with like friends. So I was chilling with this friend of mine, and then they open up YouTube and then they play, I think either I played Sibling Panza or she played Sibling Panza, or Sibling Panza was on her feed. And she was basically speaking about like how he's going through the journey of getting married and how he basically knew nothing. And it's like, that's another thing that I'm worried about when it comes to like our African culture. We spoke about it earlier. It's like, when are our parents going to teach us this, like the steps of getting married, the steps of a funeral, the steps of like mitigating? Let's say you're having a relationship problem with your wife and you involve the family. What happens if our parents are dead? I am the family now. So if you come with a problem about your wife and your wife involves her dad, I have to represent you. So how do I like,
Now they're telling Thato you need to slaughter a goat on Sunday. He's like, bro, I like order like 14 boxes of debonair. It's the same thing.
Okay, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, it's like things like that, bro. Like even like at a wedding, or
there's no Tashes in this area.
Like I think he's describing himself. So like for example, at a funeral, if a man dies, you're meant to kill a male goat or a male cow. And then if a woman dies, you're meant to kill a female cow. It's like we learn those things by just hearing.
By the way, that might not even be true. We don't even know if it's true. But it is true.
No, it's true, I'm telling you. Yeah. So it's like, my thing is like, as the generation now that is curious, like how do we combat that? Do we go to our parents and ultimately say, can you teach us? Because I tried and said, yo, you guys, I said to my parents 3 or 5 years ago, you guys are doing a bad job at transferring culture.
Yeah, you did say that.
And they were like, and they were like, no, dude. They were like, no, dude. Like even us, we're learning like on the go as it happens. I'm like, yeah, well, how's that helping you? If there's a problem here,
you're being less productive here.
Yeah, like teach me. Like you should say, oh my boy, let me tell you about this thing.
Yeah, you need to do this first.
Yeah, like let me let's sit down, because if you can pay for me to go to school and you see the value of education, you should also see the value of educating me on my African culture.
Like, why are we killing cows? What happened?
Like, what are the
besides catering, what is why do we have to kill a spade? Why does the family have, like, we don't know these answers.
Yeah. Also, like, what are the colors of a spade? Like spade.
I have no idea. It's not blue and white. Is that Tswana?
You see, that's what I'm saying.
But my point is, I don't know. Dude, I grew up in the burbs, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my point. So
I grew up in the burbs.
So that's one thing that, like, I know I want to really I think I'm going to teach myself at this point. Like, I'm going to watch YouTube videos, read books about it, because I think it's so important for us to really, like, understand our culture. Because now, dude, imagine you and the girl that, like, you're seeing a girl. Imagine your guys' kids.
And they just like,
hi dad, just gonna start, like, just gonna be speaking.
Second Jalo,
what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even us, like, our speed is already shaky. They're listening to Rockville instead, even. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's scary, bro. Like, we're literally becoming America.
Yeah, we're literally slowly becoming America.
Becoming America, dude.
We haven't even spoken Vernac once on this podcast. That's how you know we're becoming
because
American.
no, the things that, how can we speak Vernac?
Barely speak Vernac.
To each other.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's very scary, and I think that, you know, you meet these people and they're like, yeah, how would you feel if your kids didn't speak Vernac?
Yeah.
You know, they just spoke English.
Yeah.
I always say to people, I'm like, I actually don't even like mind, because I speak English every day, bro.
Yeah.
I speak English. Once in a while, I make a joke at Vernac, but I speak English every single day.
Yeah.
I dream in English. What language do you dream in?
In Venda.
I'm sure your headaches go crazy.
Okay, so I got a game for you, nah?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's basically just to break the, not to break the ice, but to break the conversation a bit, make it a bit lighthearted. Because everyone is saying, people are saying they missed the old podcast, you know that?
Really?
Then I was like, well, I don't.
Yeah, I like this better.
I like this one, so.
I like this better.
Okay, so this basically is to get some insight on level, quick, fast.
Okay.
Use your family members for this one. Okay. Right? Who's most likely to leave the
And you guys can do the same back at home.
Yeah, so answer at the same time.
Yeah, so you guys can say your own family members, maybe let them know. You can send them a link saying, guys, yo,
or pause,
try this
pause
out.
right now and call them and let's play it together.
Play it all together. Let's all do it together. You guys ready? We'll do it in 5, 4.
Whoever makes the first TikTok answering these questions with their family members.
Tag us.
Tag
please.
us.
Yeah.
I'll send you something cool.
Yeah, okay, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the answers, right? Like the options. So who's most likely to leave their dirty socks on the floor? Mom, dad, firstborn, middle child, youngest child.
Middle child.
Yeah, so yourself.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Who's the
middle child or last born? Middle child or last born, sorry.
Shibu.
I'm just speaking in general now.
No, speak on your
my
family. Yes,
oh, okay,
yes,
okay. Yeah, then middle child.
Okay. Who's the family resident tech expert? Your dad, oldest son, middle son, sister?
I'd say me and Thato tie. But I say more Thato.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
So firstborn son.
Yeah. Technically speaking, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm better with laptops than Thato. But technically overall, like speaker, like let's say a speaker disconnects or something, they're not gonna ask me. They're not gonna ask me to do that. But if like there's a laptop problem and stuff, I think they're gonna call me.
Yeah.
They're gonna call me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'll say Thato though. Yeah.
Okay. Who's always late for family gatherings? The teenager, the youngest child, mom, dad.
Youngest child and mom.
Yeah.
Youngest child and mom.
And mind you, it's very important for you to understand the youngest child is a girl.
Yeah, my mom and my sister.
Who's the master of excuses for not doing chores? Second born, youngest child, mom, dad.
Firstborn. Firstborn, after a certain age, they just retire from chores. I don't know what's up with that. And it's weird because everyone just allows it. It's like, what? Yeah. I thought we were all in this together.
I stopped doing chores when I realized.
We're in a workers' union formulated by the eldest child. Yeah. And he just leaves the union and says, by the way, you guys can do the chores from now on. I'm just going to chill. Like, what? But yeah.
Okay. Who's the family's worst cook? Dad, mom, oldest child, youngest child, middle born.
I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you the best cook is my mom. Second best cook I'd say is my dad. And then my sister.
And then it's you.
Then me or Thato. I cook though. I generally do cook. Like,
okay, name 3 things you've cooked.
I can cook a pasta, I can cook a stew, I can
pasta,
cook rice
spaghetti,
and
mince
mince.
meat.
I can cook a
South African men love spaghetti and mince meat.
All right. I can cook everything though. I can cook a stew.
Tell me the steps of making an oxtail.
Right now, bar for bar.
How long does it take? How long does it take to make oxtail? How long does it take?
It usually takes me like an hour or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the family's resident peace? Who's the family's resident peacekeeper?
Middle child.
Peacekeeper.
Middle child, yeah.
Mom, the middle child, oldest child.
If I had to say who keeps our family together, bar for bar, I'd say it's my mother and I.
Okay.
I control the siblings, she controls the husband. Like that ass.
Okay.
My mom, guys, she will be infuriated with the children that she has, nah? And she won't call everyone, she'll call me. And she'll say, you bloody this, that, and say, you better speak to both of them.
She's scared of us.
She's terrified of Thato. And that's how I knew, like, my dad's blood really lies in Thato and my sister, not me. Like me, it's like a majority of me is my mother. But for Thato and my sister, it's a majority of them is my dad. You can see they like my dad.
Okay.
And she's terrified of them. So she'll send me and I'll be like a peacemaker. I'll be like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's always losing things? The youngest child, the teenager, mom?
My mom and I
Yeah.
again.
Yes,
Again. We're the same person.
This will be like, where are my glasses?
I wear
And
my
you'll be like,
glasses.
oh, I'm wearing them.
So the these guys, I'm like, I haven't seen these in weeks.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the family's biggest goofball?
I say my
It's a tie
father.
between you and Papa. Yeah.
I say my father is. No, even above me, I think my dad is. In those spaces, because I'm very quiet. I'm very much more quiet. etc.
Okay. Who's always giving unsolicited advice? 3, 2, 1. Father.
Father.
Yeah.
Even if you don't ask for it.
Yeah.
You know, my father's the type of person, if you switch on the TV and then the TV doesn't switch on fast enough, he says, come here, let me show you. So this remote here, ne, it has a function of, you see here this glass, it has a receiver. When you press up, left, right, the receiver doesn't catch the remote. You need to point. Switch it on and then and you're just there like, I know how to switch on the TV, bro. But he wants to make sure you know how the best way to switch on the TV.
No mistakes, Papa.
Yeah.
Okay, 100%. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you guys at home also. I hope you guys took your answers down. You called your siblings. You asked them the same questions.
Yeah.
And remember, tag us if you guys ask your siblings and like record it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Southern Comfort, some of us know it as Soko, has partnered up with DJ Chaotic.
One original spirit with another.
If you know Southern Comfort, the smooth whiskey base with stone fruits and spices, you know that you can mix it with just about anything.
Lemonade, cola, or even just orange juice.
Yes, you can mix it. Now stand a chance to mix it up with you and your mates.
Because Southern Comfort is giving away a house party.
Valued at 100,000 Rand with DJ Chaotic on their decks, baby. And if that's talking to your original spirit, buy a bottle of Southern Comfort to enter.
Details in store.
Southern Comfort. So tasteful, so original.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale for persons under the age of 18.
Yeah, but a lot has been happening with family, bro. And I'm just happy that like we're trying, right? It's all about just us understanding it, and then from there we're gonna take a chance to try and combat it.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I'm gonna try be closer to my mom and my dad. I wanna visit more frequently. I'm gonna try, but like we're trying to do a new segment within the podcast, guys, where we speak about what's happening like on cross social media. And yeah, man, we've been seeing some really cool things. I mean, you can start us off.
Yeah, so I saw Munyaka, I always say her name wrong. Munaka and PD Jokes. They made a series of couples content clips. Very hilarious stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
Wanted to shout out them because I thought that was a very, I love when two big content creators dedicate time to make more than one TikTok together. Like it's a series. We get to grow with you, enjoy the content, see the relationship, reference previous videos. So shout out to them. Love the topics that they handled. Like when you're still angry at your partner, but you love them, and like he'll put his jersey around him. I love that. What would I have added? What would I have added to that skit on those skits?
I haven't watched it.
I don't think anything. You guys killed it. Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. Also, I've been seeing a lot of like collaboration, like between content creators, and every time I see people will be like, "Yo, bro, like, you know, we just really love ASM and we want to do the same thing." I think it's also so beautiful to see like people seeing the importance of working as a team, like
how much you can grow each individual in the team.
Team. Like I'm so excited to see the new like versions of group channels. Like we really want South Africa and an Africa that has like multiple group channels. Multiple collectors, because it just makes it so much fun.
Yeah,
makes it competitive. It makes it really exciting, and it just breeds new original content because you've got many minds working together.
I think the boys RSA did it long ago, and we all slept. Or some people obviously people loved them and etc. But we just saw kids from the same like hood, just growing up together on YouTube. It wasn't a thing of like it's a collab between like people.
Oh yeah,
content creators, because these guys went to school together. They were friends. They lived in the same
Oh yeah,
estate.
they weren't originally all content
Yeah,
creators.
they're just friends shooting videos.
That's cool also.
So for us to now like obviously like take it one step from their textbook and be like, yo, let's do it for those different content creators, you know, that are friends as well, and see that breed new content as well in the space is really cool.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah,
bro. I also saw like, I know this is also like I've never seen Ghost get a brand deal.
Yeah, I saw
And I just saw
got a brand.
Ghost is working with I think Honor or some cell phone, which is really cool
It was
because like
Ghost, Zile, and
Sasha's there.
Sasha.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Shout out
because-
to them, yo.
Yeah,
the cooking.
bro.
It was also crisp. You see each of their videos.
I didn't see their videos.
I loved
But
it.
like for me, what I like is that like as much as Ghost's content is controversial, it's not brand safe. There's a way that a brand can approach him and explain to him what he can and can't do moving forward, and what they like do's and don'ts are, and utilize someone as influential as Ghost, because Ghost is huge, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like I've never understood why certain brands don't just like work with him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's expensive. I don't know.
I guess so, but I definitely think brands are losing on a lot of the percentage of influence in South Africa because they neglect the risky content creators.
No, but it's good though
And-
because there is brand safety, bro. Because now you're gonna
Yes,
use,
there
for
is.
example, we can use Sima as an example because I don't see Sima getting any deals. Because I'm not following her properly. But for example, Sima, bro, like Sima has an insane following.
She's built a community.
She's built a community. Story views crazy. TikTok. I don't know if she's still posting TikTok, but TikTok's crazy.
Yeah.
Podcast insane. But the flop with her is that she's always on and off with controversies.
Yeah.
And even now, it's like her character on the podcast is this person. She's basically the MacG version of MacG's podcast. So she has to be the person that pushes somebody's buttons, talks badly about other people. And there's like brands don't feel safe because it's like when I view you, when I view you and I'm watching you, you speak ill and badly about people.
Yeah.
How can I trust you to not speak ill about me or to compromise the brand?
Yeah, but one thing I know about Sima and Ghost, like I'll put them together in one group. Those people are extremely intelligent with their content, and she's even taken it a step further to say, okay, cool. I know I want to make content like this. I want to make content the way I want to make content. Let me sell my own product, and she just released like her lip gloss line.
Is she?
Yeah, she just released her lip gloss line.
Oh, it's amazing.
And that's when an influencer
There we
sees
go. Now you're talking.
sees their space and says, okay, cool. You know what? I'll just productize.
That's dope.
I don't
bro.
need to get a contract for me to product someone else. Let me just productize. But guys, sorry, we're adding this little segment because we feel as if
Also, I
like,
don't know how I feel about it, to
Yeah.
be honest, the segment.
yeah.
She did. She
Yes.
launched. That's so cool.
But we're just adding this segment because guys, obviously me and Thato, I think Tato's been making content for how many years now? Like what? 7 years. I've been making for like 3 years now. I think we at a point in our careers in content where we can give advice and speak about certain things that we are like, oh, we're noticing and picking up in trends and stuff.
Yeah.
I think not many will find this interesting, but maybe some of you will be like, we actually enjoy this.
For me, I struggle to, I don't know the type of people we want to speak about, right? Because we are speaking about people that you usually engage with.
Yeah.
There's also content creators in a different spectrum,
Yeah.
which we could be speaking about. So now when we have these conversations about like family and stuff, and now we start speaking about ghosts.
It's like, what?
That's the relevancy, you know? But I think maybe people can learn from those conversations that we're having. Because I know, like, I've got so much to say about the industry, bro. Because, like,
Same.
Like, even, like...
but maybe we should... Okay, well, that was basically a teaser taste. You guys will let us know if you guys want us to continue that.
Yeah.
Or we can just continue on our narrative.
Dude, I'm so proud of...
Sima.
Yeah.
She's... Dude.
Co-founded by Sima. Who's the other founder?
I don't know, actually. But it actually does not even matter. Her name is on the bottle. I just hope the coin represents that in the contracts, which they definitely will, knowing Sima.
Yeah.
So, boy, very, very huge person. So, definitely wish I could try the lip gloss.
Yeah, maybe we might buy some lip gloss.
Yeah, we'll buy people some lip gloss. Yeah.
Nah, this is huge, bro.
It is. It got me thinking about how we all have the capacity. You know, she's now...
I think it's definitely ghosts, bro.
You think...
Yeah, this is probably ghosts thing.
I love how men don't believe a woman can just cook.
No, I did believe. Then it said co-founded by. Who's the other founder?
How? It doesn't matter. What matters is that she's also pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The prices are nice. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to... Actually, I'm not going to even say the name of this thing. If you want to find out her thing, it's on her Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I see my...
Yeah.
Like talking about me badly.
Hey, guys, come on. We all content creators. But anyways, guys, back to the family narrative. I definitely want to speak about Thato. What type of people do you think middle children are? Like just a generalization. Last born, firstborn, and only children.
Okay. Firstborns, leaders, they're the leader of the packs, they're the third parent. Middle child, they are the ones that basically came after the firstborn. So really, like, of course, as the firstborn, I have a better connection with my parents. I'm older than you. I've done more with them than you. So obviously I am a bit closer. So they feel neglected, which gives most of them insecurities about their position in the family. So I feel like they have then become, when they are the middle born, they become insecure. Then the last born is like, dude, what's going on, everybody? Yo, y'all been doing this shit for a while. Hey, shit.
Everyone calm down.
Everyone's calm down. Hey, that used to be a... now he's cool.
Language.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
the energy.
yeah,
It's like, yo, I hit this guy used to be mean, but like now he's cool. Cool. Vibes. Then you receive 10% of what we received. Lost children receive 10% of what they received. What the firstborns received.
Yeah.
But that 10% doesn't mean it's not nice.
Who do you think is the most sensitive out of the three?
So because that 10% is
Out of the four, sorry.
Because that 10% is not nice, they're like, yo, dude, like, and then I'm there like, bro, I used to be worse, chill. So they also feel like their feelings aren't heard or valid because they're not receiving the worst amount of poison. And the firstborn and the secondborn fault. So I think basically what happens is that firstborn has to be confident, has to like be a leader. Secondborn is a little bit like insecure. He doesn't know his position in the family and in life. Then the lastborn is just there like, hi, like hello.
Yeah,
and
like,
everyone's like, dude, we see, dude, you're having a good life. It's like, yeah, but like, hello. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think similar. I think definitely the same. I think the middle child is always like the forgotten child.
What was forgotten about? So okay, let's talk about this because there was a middle child.
Yeah,
he
so
feels like
guys,
he was forgotten.
Let me
Name
tell you.
5 things
Let me tell you one thing.
Name
man.
one thing that made you.
If you are not your, this is a damn fact. If you are not the firstborn child of your house, first of all, when your parents have a first child, they're like super excited. It's the first time they're gonna have a child. But you mean to tell me your parents will have the first child, then have another one and say, one more. Do you know how bad that feels? It's like, wow. From the moment you're born, they're like, nah, we're not done here. We need to go one more extra because this one is not enough to finish our family.
What are you saying, bro?
That's the moment you disappoint your parents. The moment you're born, they're like, nah, we need to try one more time.
You're wilding.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's the first sin. The sin of the middle child that every middle child gets.
What happens if they plan to have 3 kids before they even had you?
That's insane. So I wasn't enough. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, so I can say the same thing. I wasn't enough.
No. That doesn't work because they were excited about you, the first one. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. So no matter what, and also if you're the last child, it's like, oh my God, like we stopped here. This is a good place to stop. So obviously,
but they wouldn't have stopped. My mom and Papa had to stop. Papa and Mama wanted more kids. You know that?
Yes, but they stopped at you because it was enough.
No, Mama doesn't have. Mama removed her thingy.
That was only after she. I promise you.
Papa always says he would have had more children.
I promise you. I'm telling you, they looked at you and they said it's enough. They looked at me and said, "Now one more." Okay. But yeah, that's the first sin of the middle child. And then I'd also like to say, the only child also very, very much misunderstood child. Cool, your parents are giving you a super amount of attention. They understand you, etc. But do they really know you? Did you really know? You don't really get to be your like real authentic like person. So like obviously when you have siblings, you get to like. Yeah. You know, experiment and be like, yo, I'm this type of person, I'm this type. But parents are very strict, etc. Whatever. So yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah.
And I hear you guys, and I really enjoy this conversation. But I do want to say we're gonna have to unfortunately cut it right here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Thato and Thato Rampedi, guys. We really appreciate your guys' efforts to pull through every single Wednesday. This week for you guys is basically a treat from us because we're dropping 3 episodes this week. So it's basically us saying. We know we were gone. We're trying to say sorry, but we will be going back to posting weekly as of next week. Love you guys loads. Members, we appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Insiders, we appreciate you too much. You're really helping us invest back into the podcast. And we will see you guys next week for a brand new episode of Seated with Level and Thato Rampedi.
Baby, give me a life. Baby, living a life. Ray-Bans and Catamaran.